Our speaker today, his topic is what? Fear Factor Friday. You know, he did a great job last week. I don't know if you caught last week. March the 4th was amazing. And what was it called? Anybody know what it was called? It was called what? Push Me. That's right. Push Me. Powerful message. It's the heartfelt. And I tell you, Mr. Sam Foster just opened up and shared some things that was real personal in his life that I think was instrumental to touch a lot of people last week. If you didn't, the man for the hour, Backbone and Posture from Dallas, Texas, with a Fear Factor Friday, and also Push Me, the one and only. Can we give a warm welcome to one of our own, the great Mr. Sam Foster?
All right, Mr. Thomas, thank you for that warm introduction. I really appreciate you. Couldn't do this without you, literally. Appreciate you for letting me exercise on this platform. It's just has been amazing for my life, and I know I speak for many other people across the globe, around the world. And I say thank you to Mr. Clemens for being our tech guy that's putting this stuff together behind the scenes. I thank you for that as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, ladies and gentlemen. Thank everybody for being on the call once again. If you're taking notes, title of today's message from the Fear Factor series is titled, I'm on the edge, let me fall. I'll repeat it. I'm on the edge, let me fall. Right? And I know I got many out there thinking, what does he mean? I'm on the edge, let me fall. Okay. I'm getting to that. Okay. If anybody ever saw the culmination of the bald eagle, what oftentimes the female eagle does when she hatches her eggs is she allows her newly born eagles, she pushes them with her beak. She pushes them with her nose part. She pushes them out of the nest and she allows them to fall. And they only go so far, then she'll swoop down, pick them up, put back on the perch again, scoots them to the end, lets them fall. And then she goes down right before they think they're going to fall. She rescues them, brings them back up, put them back on the perch. And she does that, ladies and gentlemen, because that's a way of training them and allowing them to mature in who they are, which they are eagles. And eagles are meant to what? Fly, to soar, to rise above. So that particular regimen or exercise that the eagle does for her smaller eagles, it trains them, it motivates them, it strengthens them. So I want everybody to get that concept in their mind. That's why I said, I'm on the edge, let me fall. Because many times, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't allow ourselves to be on the edge, and I know Mr. Thomas has said this several times with the depiction of the coin, if you don't allow yourself to be on the edge, how can you really say you're succeeding in life if you're not on the edge? Remember, we talked about being comfortable last week. It's all about being on that edge. Sometimes we have to fall. Nothing wrong with falling. Nothing wrong with falling. You learn things a lot of times when you fall. That's a nugget. That's a nugget. We learn things when we fall. I'm going somewhere. I'm going somewhere. Yeah, I'm scrambled like eggs, but I'm going somewhere. I'm like that paint job. You just throw the paint on the canvas and whatever comes out. But I'm painting something like Picasso. Work with me. Watch this. I had the privilege, ladies and gentlemen, of the last, I guess, 2.5 years of researching this guy. And if anybody knows me on the call, you know I'm a big research person and have a pretty healthy background in research, things of that nature, in academia. But I don't want to bore you with that. I'm saying this for a reason. Okay, I've been researching this guy in Africa, and I actually stumbled upon the guy by accident. I was really doing something else, but his feed came in, and you guys know, if you're on YouTube, if you get a certain feed, that feed kind of generates itself, and you go into probably looking at people that you were looking at, but then it connects to other people that they know. But long story short, I came upon this African American gentleman, and to date, and this was 2.5, almost 3 years ago, but right now to date, long story short, and some of you may know him, some of you may not, but he is the richest African American, not just in Africa, but the richest African American, aka black man on the planet. He has an estimated net worth of over $32 billion with the B. That's right, $32 billion. And some of you may be thinking, wow, how did he get all of that? Well, he acquired a lot of it by his way of thinking, by his sheer way of thinking. Now, his family was fairly wealthy over in Africa, but he didn't want to follow that lineage. He acquired a small loan from his grandfather, paid his grandfather back in less than 3 months, and started building his own wealth. And now over in Africa, he owns a cement plant, couple of other things. I mean, it's just amazing. So if you ever looked at Forbes magazine, his name is Aliko Dangote. All right, and it's published information. So I was so amazed because now he's getting ready. Well, he's already doing it. He's building a refinery over in Africa. And when it's finished, and it's soon to be finished, it will be the world's largest refinery on the planet. I think it's estimated now at the cost is over $19 billion with a B. And many of you on the call are saying, where are you going with this? Trust me, I'm going somewhere. Because of his diligence in wanting not only himself to be wealthy, but he wanted his people to be wealthy. And when I say people, I mean not only himself, but his people in Africa, people around him. He just wanted them to be wealthy as well, or at least gainfully employed. He started to have this idea in his mind that he wanted to build a refinery based on the oil that was in Africa. And I started researching a lot more, ladies and gentlemen, and I found out that the continent of Africa, especially in his area of Nigeria, is literally sitting on over 200 million barrels of oil. I mean, the underbelly of Nigeria is sitting on that much oil. But they catch this now, they have to bring in the oil from other areas of the globe, like Asia and places like that, because they, about 50, 60 years ago, they had a civil unrest, which meant that they couldn't agree on anything. So now, back 4 or 5 years ago, they stopped everything. They wasn't producing the oil from themselves. They ended up getting oil from other countries brought in, which further brings down their economy. All right? It brings down their economy, which means if they wasn't against one another, they could actually be one of the leading producers of oil, petroleum, and things of that nature that runs your cars and all this other stuff that generates, your daily livelihood. They could be major players. But because they were so much against each other in different tribes and things of that nature, everything was at a siege or it was being corrupt. Well, long story short, they ended up signing a bill that actually freed a lot of their resources. And now they're able to get all this fuel and everything from the underbelly. So his goal is that he wants his country to be self-contained. Now, why did I say all of that? I didn't say all that for political reasons, gains, anything like that. I said all that because Look at what we're sitting on, ladies and gentlemen, in ACN. Now, he's only looking at Nigeria. But if I'm not mistaken, ladies and gentlemen, we're all over the country, right? And we're in literally 27 countries outside of the United States. Now, how is that for global access for what we do and how we do? I want you guys to work with me a little bit today and start thinking global and not locally, not just in your neighborhood, but thinking global. I'm going somewhere with this. I said to myself, I said, I need to jot some notes down. And I said, people in your organization, I want you guys to pay attention to this because somebody on this call, I know it, I can feel it. Been thinking about it for the last 3 days. Somebody on this call begrudgingly got on this call. I mean, didn't want to get on the call. They kept thinking to themselves, they were like, I don't want to get on the call. You know, these guys on this call, they're doing it like this, they're doing it like that. You know, they're doing it better than me. No. I want to talk today to the person or the people on the call that's saying to themselves, I want to quit. I actually want to quit. I've been thinking about quitting. I'm getting on the call today. Yeah, but I'm just going through the motions. I want to talk to that person or those people today because I want you guys to understand something. What if you stay in? Yeah, you fail a few times and yeah, this didn't go out for you, but what if you stay in? Remember now, somebody has stayed in this business and thought like you thought. And many times people that are on this call are not necessarily in ACN. They just, subscribe to the channel, they get on the call, they on the call because of whoever, but I'm talking to them as well. Because like one of our leaders said, Al Thomas, not calling no names, people are just people. People think about giving up every day. Okay, so I want you guys to work with me for a second. I want us to do an exercise. Okay, and if you're driving, don't do the exercise. Don't do the exercise. But if you're not driving, work with me for a minute and do the exercise. Now, some of y'all are going to cheat, but try not to cheat. All right? I want you guys to close your eyes for a second. And I want you guys to imagine being in ACN, and you are. And I want you to imagine you saying to yourself, I feel like quitting. I'm going to quit. I'm not going to the international. They keep pubbing this international. Nah, it's a bunch of hype. This, that, all the negative that you can possibly think about. I want you to think about it. I want you to ask yourself, why am I in? Why am I in? Why am I even doing this? Okay. Now, as you're saying that with your eyes closed, I want you guys to think about some names I'm getting ready to throw out to you because this is going to be important. All right. Some names you're going to recognize and some names you may not even recognize. But we're going somewhere now. If you got your eyes closed, I'm getting ready to do this exercise and I'm getting ready to see if you do have your eyes closed. Now I'm on gallery. So I'm getting ready to see if you got your cameras on. I'm going through gallery. Okay, I see most of you guys got your eyes closed. Exactly. I'm getting ready to go somewhere with this. Okay, with your eyes closed, I'm gonna say some names now. We're gonna make this interactive, we're gonna make it fun. I see a lot of people with your eyes closed. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna throw a name out that you guys may know and you may not know. So here we go. Mr. Swaggerty, Aaron Burt, Cody Mack, Kathleen Williams, Mary Perez, Rick Kubiak, Marie Bellina, Danny Payne, Tammy Williams, Franco LaFranco, Chanel Burt, Pat Mason, Michael Mason, Harsh Patel, Mr. Valenino, Miss Sherry Young, Daryl Rance, Julian Lewis, Ismael, Akinko, Louisa Payon. All right. Then I'm going to throw some names out I'm going to throw a scenario out to you guys that you guys may want to think about. Remember, everybody from time to time says, I feel like quitting this, that, and the other. It's not for me. I'm gonna bow out. They won't even know I'm gone. Right? Stop and open your eyes. Thank you for participating in that brief exercise. Now, I watched some of you guys' facial expressions on Gallup. And as I named the names of people that you knew, I noticed that you smiled. Because of confirmation, you knew those names. And then I named a few people's names that you did not know. And a lot of people didn't smile because it wasn't confirmation to you. You did not know those people. And I understand that people are people, we're human. But I want everybody to understand something. All the names that I named, whether you know them or not, they're literally NACN. And some of those people's names that I named that you do not know, not only are they in ACN, but they've been in ACN for a while. And they thought the same thoughts that you thought. But the plus of a lot of those names that I named is, number one, they're still in. Number two, somebody in their downline or their upline is not in ACN. They quit. I mean, literally quit. And I know some of their upline and their downline that actually quit. Now, I'm not going to name drop. I'm not being messy. I didn't even do this to be messy. I did this for a reason. My point of contact to you guys is, what if you don't quit? Because somebody named that I named, and a lot of these people have been on our calls. They upline quit. They downline quit. Watch this, ladies and gentlemen. They quit. And they inherited a bunch of people that quit on their team and they got their individual, which is a good thing. But what if the people that quit should have stayed a week later, a month later, and they had an Aaron Burke that jumped on the organization? They had a Chanel Burke that jumped in the organization. They had a Jeff and Melissa Street that jumped on the organization. Why are you saying that, Sam? Because that really happened to to several of these people. That's a fact. Because they stayed in. They didn't just jump into business and get to rolling real fast. They had ideas like you did. The only difference is they didn't quit and they got started. That's the only difference. They didn't quit and they got started. So what I'm saying is, to a Mr. Rick Kubiak, who may not think he's doing that much right now, but somebody can drop in your organization tomorrow and blow your business up. Why are you saying that, Sam? Because there's one leg in the people that I named, one leg, ladies and gentlemen, one leg that's responsible in a person's organization. That's why I mix the names up like eggs. But one leg is responsible for multiple millions of dollars in this person's one leg. And somebody in that person's one leg quit. And that person should have gotten all that revenue from that one leg, and they're no longer in ACN. That's a fact. I'm telling you factual information without spilling the beans. And I'm saying this for motivational purposes, because I know somebody on this call is saying, I'm just going through the motions. I just get on the calls. You don't have to just get on the calls. You can move your business forward by understanding the law of numbers. If you stick around and you do things on a consistent basis, you're getting ready to have an explosion in your business. Not just because you're on the calls, but because you're on a Zoom call. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, we wasn't even sitting like this. We wasn't on a Zoom call. You had to either be by phone, right? Strictly by phone, or you had to be in person with somebody. But now we're across the globe. And if somebody thinks I'm lying, Akiko is on the call and she's in Japan in a whole nother time frame. Luis is on the call. He's on a whole nother time frame. We did a 1 through 10 last night. He's on the call in Japan. And I'm sure it was 2 o'clock in the morning. Think about it. Just different time zones of people that stayed with ACN and did not quit. Somebody needs to hear the words that are coming out of my mouth to understand that it's not just a matter of time. The time is now. The time is now to step it up a little bit, step it up a notch or two, because you're ready to do it now. Remember now, you're that eagle that the mother pushed out the nest. You just feel like you're falling. You have a team around you that won't let you fall, but you have to continue to be consistent. Now, with that, I want people to think about something. I want you guys to imagine you got a flag in your hand. And I want you to basically put this in your mind today, not tomorrow, not yesterday, today. And I want this to look like you planting your flag. So mentally you have a flag in your hand. And you're putting that stamp down right now today. From this day forward, I won't quit. I won't give up. I won't give in, no matter what comes my way. Catherine Williams, I saw you, Mary Perez. I see your flag. I got you on gallery. I won't quit. I won't renege. I don't have time to worry about who don't like the business, who don't want to do the business. It does not matter. It matters what I say to myself, not what everybody else is saying about the business. They got to come back around to me anyway. Why? Because I do essential services. So we're not going to worry about those people right now. Some of those people we're going to get down the line. I want you guys to think about the people that you know of that has quit this opportunity, that has to be kicking themselves right now because they have to be looking at all these people that they could have got in their organization. All the people. It only takes one person to blow up your organization. And but it takes you to stay in to get that one person. It takes you to stay in. Now, just in case you guys didn't recognize a few of those names on there, there's one particular name on there that I mentioned that probably has about 6 IBOs in one leg, and it's multiple millions of dollars that's in their organization. And I know some of you on the call are thinking, well, but that's them. No, but why it can't be you? Because all of those people I name are just regular people. And 90+% of the people I named, really, they wasn't business people, and they're not business people. They're just regular people like you and me. That's it. Nothing special about them. They talk to people, they gather customers, they gather IBOs. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of these people in these organizations, a lot of their groups as a whole is not doing a whole lot, but the small fraction of people that are doing a whole lot is making a major difference in their organization. I want you guys to think about that now for a second. I'm gonna say a few more words and I'm out of here like a light. I got an event to go to myself. Watch this. If you really think about the concept of what we do, it's simple. It's absolutely simple, but we complicate. All we do, ladies and gentlemen, is get IBOs and have individuals come as customers. These same individuals are already doing the services. So in your mind, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have to think about it like this. Why am I frustrating myself with these people when they're already doing my services? That's 90% of your problem right there. You're trying to fight yourself on whether they're doing your services. They already doing your service. No need to fight. No need to hassle about it. So now what you need to tell yourself is, okay, they're not ready. They may be ready later, but they're not ready right now. Okay, next person. Next person. You got to have the spirit of next in your life. If you don't have the spirit of next in your life, you're going to lose. Because you stay stagnated when you try to hassle with them, pull with them, that they got to go. They don't have to go. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, they have to see you doing it and you lead by example. That's it. That's it, Tammy Williams. You lead by example. They have to see you doing it. They have to see you doing it, Miss Jones. Come on, crew. They have to just see you doing it. That's all. No smoking mirrors, no hocus pocus. They have to just see you doing it. 50% of the people that you talk to, ladies and gentlemen, they want to see you fail. 50%. Let me do the numbers. 50%. 40% of the people that you talk to are just average people. That's all. And there's only about 10% of the people that want to succeed and want to see you succeed. But because you stop and you stagnate yourself, you never get to them. And they're just people. You don't have to find them in the bank. You don't have to find them on Wall Street. They're just regular common people. How do you know that, Sam? Because all of y'all on the call. Al Thomas is on the call, and he's a senior vice president, 20 plus years. Outside of this, if he just walked down the street, people wouldn't run up to him and say, Al Thomas, Al Thomas. No, he's just a regular guy. But if he sat down and he opened his mouth a little bit and he expounded on who he is, and people research, they'll be like, wow, Al Thomas. That's just the difference in it. But the difference in Mr. Al Thomas and everybody else is that Al Thomas did not quit. That's all. He did not quit. He goes through the same things you go through. He goes through the same rejection, the same no. Don't nobody know him if he walking down the street, not for real. But he does the same thing. He's consistent. He has the great motivation. He has a great attitude. If somebody shot his dog yesterday, you wouldn't even know it. He'd come on the car and say, hey, everybody, hey. And you'd be going, is he on drugs? But that's his attitude towards his business. So there's not a guessing game on why he's so successful. It's not a guessing game. And let me tie this in to the person that's in Africa. He wants everybody to win. Mr. Thomas wants everybody to win. His mentality is global. That's why he has global people on this call, because his mentality is global. Let me give you guys an example and I'll be out of here. Went to an event yesterday. Place started getting packed. I started talking to a few people and I found out, I thought that these people were local. I found out a lot of the people was from places like Canada, all these different foreign places. It was an RV convention. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Foster was at an RV convention. I'm peeking at an RV convention. I wasn't going to tell anybody that, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you. It blew my mind. I mean, I was freaked out. I was like, an RV convention? You know? I said, I'm going to go. I'm just going to go and peek, you know? It freaked me out. I mean, you had retirees there, you had younger people there, you had older people there, but these people were spending money on RVs. In 2 minutes into a conversation, most people ask me, so what do you do? I said, told them what I did. You know, they said, really? Guess what I started doing, ladies and gentlemen? I don't care if they was from Canada. I don't care if they was across the street, around the block. I started being professional. And I started handing out my cards. I started handing out my cards. I handed out my cards to the RV customer, the janitor in the restroom. I mean, I didn't care who they were. I was giving my cards to people that couldn't even speak English. Even the people that was cleaning up the event. They was talking in Spanish, and I couldn't say that to them, but see. But as I said, see, I gave them a card. See. That's all I was doing. I'm in the restroom. They changing out toilet paper in the restroom, and I said, see. So kept giving them a card. See. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're in at least 8 other Spanish-speaking countries. Do you know if they give their card to their cousin that can speak English? Do you know at least I've done one principle in this thing called multi-level? I exposed myself. You have to get out your comfort level and expose yourself. Now, these people, like I said, the cleanup people, a lot of them couldn't speak English. But I gave them a card and they looked at it. They kept looking at it. I know they did it, to appease me, but then they put it in their pocket. They're going to ask somebody, what is this? As soon as they ask somebody, what is this? Somebody's going to go on my website because they're nosy. They're going to go on this website. And when they go on this website, they're going to see my face on it. They're going to see my phone number. They're going to see my email, all of my relevant information. The guy that I gave my stuff in Canada, I said, we're in Canada. Canada where? All over. He's going to go on that website because he's nosy, right? Most people are going to go on your website because they're nosy. And when they find out it's real and they find out it's legal, wait a minute. I'm on to something. The power of exposure. Why? Because people are just people. I found that out the hard way. I don't care if I'm at an RV convention. It doesn't matter. RV convention. I thought I was getting ready to go around and see a bunch of older people. Now, I was younger people there too. So it blew my mind. So I said, I'm going back again. So I'm going back in about 15 minutes. I'm going back again. Don't get the game twisted. I'm on my way back again. And it's about 37 degrees in Dallas. I'm just going to bundle up and I'm going to walk in there again. Tools of the trade. Tools of the trade. Why? Because somebody out of those people I just named has an organization that is bigger than the state of Texas. And they didn't get that way because of their name. They got that way because they stayed in the game. That's it. They stayed in the game. It wasn't they had I brought 30,000 people in. No, you didn't bring 30,000 people in. You might not have brought 3 in. But 3 people bought 20 in and 20 people bought 50 in. And then the law averages started expounding. That's all it is, ladies and gentlemen. So with that said, I'll leave you with this. It's okay to fall, just don't quit. Let me say that again. It's okay to fall, just don't quit. And just for my unsung heroes today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a special shout out to Chris King and Rose Guerrero King because they held us down for the last 2.5, 3 years on these Zoom calls on Sunday nights. And they probably thought that nobody was listening to them after a while, because it can get mundane and then you do it so much, it's on Sunday nights and a lot of people don't get on Sunday nights. But just to let you guys know out there, I was listening. I heard what you guys said, and God is going to bless you. You hear what I'm telling you? I heard what you said. Let me be specific because I write a lot of stuff down. Rose Guerrero King and Chris King got on a call one time and they said this and it shook me to my core. And Rose don't even know, probably don't even know she said it. She said, my emotions have nothing to do with your decision. Let me repeat that. She said, my emotions, they were doing a role play. And she said, my emotions have nothing to do with your decision. Which means if I stay steadfast, unmovable, and always abounding, I'm going to get what I came for. Steadfast, unmovable, and always abounding. In other words, if I stay consistent, because watch this, ladies and gentlemen, it's not my business, right, to concentrate on your response. Write this down, and I'm gone. It's not my business to concentrate on your response as opposed, watch this, to my initiation. It's not my business to concentrate on your response as opposed to my initiation. In other words, it's my responsibility to bring it to you. What you do with it is on you. Why? Because I either want you as an IBO or a customer. So it's not my responsibility to worry about how you respond to it, but it is my responsibility to initiate the contact. That's my responsibility. Now, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's kind of unorthodox today, but I'm an unorthodox kind of guy. Okay? I am that dude. So I'm saying to you guys, just a simple guy coming out of Texas. If I were you, I would go out there and get the next Al Thomas, the next Pat Michael Mazur, because not only are they out there, ladies and gentlemen, but they're out there even more based on technology. They're out there even more. Just get a name and number, give them a card. Technology bounds all of us together in multiple ways and in stages that we can make more money than we ever made. I don't think you guys are getting the concept of ACN. If you become a regional coordinator, 3 services getting you $150 upfront money. That's upfront money. Now, I don't mean no disrespect when I say this now, because I'm in my place. Wait a minute. That's $150 upfront money for 3 services that people come on your team. $150. We're not even talking about the money that comes behind that in residual. These founders are giving you $150 upfront for 3 services. If you're RC, 3 services. We're not even going to talk about being an RD. We have to be on drugs if you're an RD and don't understand getting somebody qualified, because that's more money. And then when you get into the RVP, SVP level, you might as well go out and run in the rain somewhere to not want this money, because this is upfront money that they're giving you for what people do on your team. And that's just 3 services. The lower averages don't even add up, ladies and gentlemen, when they start doing upfront money. That's for people that doubt ACN's power and say, they don't give out no money over there. What? I just said they giving $150 for 3 services. Come on now. They not giving out money, and you can do that as many times as you want, and then you can't control your team. So if somebody else does it on your team, I don't care if you know them or not, that's money coming in your pocket. Is this thing on? Can anybody hear me? Are you kidding me? And you think I'm not going to go to this RV convention? You think I'm not getting ready to talk to Bob? You think I'm not getting ready to say howdy? Are you kidding me? I'm getting ready to say howdy doody. Are you serious? I can talk this language. I may be from Alabama, but I can speak Texan, trust me, real quick. The numbers add up, ladies and gentlemen. They add up quick. And if you don't think this opportunity is a wonderful opportunity for us to be in right now, what? With that said, Mr. Thomas, I'm out of here.